I never imagined I'd be the type of man to doubt my wife. For years, I believed our life was flawless. Jenna and I had been married for 6 years, and everything felt perfectly aligned. Before we were husband and wife, we had been inseparable friends, bound by trust, shared dreams, and promises of forever. To me, she was the one person I could always depend on, the one who knew me better than anyone else. But life has a cruel way of uncovering truths we aren't prepared to face. It all began one quiet evening. I was in the living room, lazily scrolling through my phone, waiting for Jenna to come home from another late night at work. Her schedule had grown heavier recently, and I convinced myself it was because of her new project. Then I heard her laughter, soft, carefree, and genuine, coming from the other room. She was on the phone. At first, it sounded like an ordinary conversation with a friend, but the tone was different. Almost playful. Almost flirtatious. I brushed it off, until I caught a fragment of her words. She was talking about lovers. About other men. I froze. My body went cold as if the air had been sucked out of the room. She was laughing as if infidelity were just casual banter. As though having a secret lover was an amusing, thrilling adventure. My stomach knotted. Was she talking about herself? Was my wife, the woman I trusted with everything, having an affair? I tried to shake it off, to convince myself I was overthinking. But the suspicion crept into me like poison. I began noticing things I had once ignored. Her phone was always placed face down. Her messages grew shorter, more cryptic. She seemed distracted, distant, less present with me. I tried talking to her. Each time, she dismissed my worries with a smile and a "you're imagining things." I didn't want to be the jealous husband, so I swallowed my doubts. But the unease never left. It only grew. One night, after she'd gone to bed, I saw her phone left on the kitchen counter. It felt like a magnet pulling me in. My hands shook as I picked it up, unlocking it almost without thought. I had never invaded her privacy before, but fear overpowered my restraint. At first, I told myself I wouldn't find anything. But then I saw it. The conversation thread with a name I didn't recognize. The messages were unmistakably intimate. "I miss you so much. I wish we could be together tonight." My stomach sank as I read further. These weren't harmless texts. They were proof. Jenna had been seeing someone else. The world collapsed around me. I couldn't breathe. The man I believed I was, the husband I thought I had been, was shattered in that moment. Every word on that screen was a dagger. The woman I had given everything to, the woman I thought I knew better than myself, had been hiding a secret that destroyed us. I sat there in silence, paralyzed. How could I confront her? What could I even say? Anger, heartbreak, disbelief, they all came at once, drowning me in a storm of emotions. But I knew one thing. I couldn't pretend anymore. The next evening, when Jenna walked through the door, I waited. My chest pounded with every beat of my heart. She noticed my expression instantly. She knew something was wrong. "Who is he, Jenna?" My voice cracked, barely above a whisper. Her face went pale. What are you talking about?" she stammered. I held up her phone. "The messages. Who is he? Why are you writing to him like this?" Her eyes dropped to the screen, and in that instant, the guilt was written all over her. Her shoulders slumped. Tears welled. "I didn't want you to find out this way," she whispered. "It wasn't supposed to happen." But excuses meant nothing. The damage was done. The trust we had built over 6 years evaporated in seconds. She tried to explain how it started small, how she felt neglected, how she needed more from me. But no explanation could erase what she'd done. "How long?" I demanded. She hesitated, then whispered, 3 months. 3 months of deception. 3 months of betrayal. I couldn't speak. I couldn't look at her. Rage and grief collided inside me, leaving me hollow. I walked out to the garage just to breathe, to escape the suffocating weight of her confession. The days that followed were unbearable. She begged. She cried. She swore it would never happen again. But every glance, every word, every memory was stained with betrayal. I couldn't forgive her. Not then, maybe not ever. A week later, I packed my things and left. The house no longer felt like home. Every corner reminded me of lies and broken promises. I needed space, needed to rediscover who I was without her shadow hanging over me. Months have passed since then. She's reached out a few times, but I haven't answered. I don't know if forgiveness is possible. I don't even know if trust is possible again. But I've learned this. Betrayal doesn't just break your heart. It forces you to confront the truth about yourself and what you deserve. The hardest part wasn't the affair itself. It was realizing I had given my entire heart to someone who didn't value it. The trust one believed was unbreakable was gone forever.